Yeah, so let's check in and see what Alan's doing before I go. Or what he's done. Which will be on TikTok, won't it? I think his Rumble's now defunct. The fuck is this?
So, Mr. Blair, 97, and Mr. Brown to 2010.
So he's filming... This is so weird. Oh, Alan. He's filming someone else's TikTok, I assume, off a computer screen. Obviously, he can film it on his TikTok phone. Like, he's doing it for TikTok. Like, they have a system where you press, like, what is it? I don't know, I don't use it. Like, duet or something, like he did with Smule. Oh no, hang on, he wasn't doing a duet with those kids. He'd set up a private room and they were joining him in a private room. So yeah, so he's trying to film this, but instead he's filming his screen and it's picking up the reflection, which is then focusing on the reflection, showing us him in the reflection with his phone.
Ruled this country, 13 years of Labour, right? And then the Conservatives took over.
Has he got it the wrong way round by mistake? Does he think he's filming his face? Because he's showing us how he steals his content.
And we had Mr. Cameron, didn't we? Who ruled for quite a few years. He felt guilty for what Blair and Brown did.
The arm coming into shot there.
In the Middle East, where
David Cameron didn't feel guilty for what Blair and Brown did in the Middle East. That didn't inspire any of his decisions.
we destroyed stability out there. And suddenly they all wanted to come here. And out of guilt, the Conservatives let them.
Look, he's doing football.
Well, it's nearly job done. Isak going to be replaced at Newcastle by Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. How do we put that together? Quite easy, really. The transfer rumour now has gone overdrive. The latest twist.
The transfer rumour mill. He's reading it from somewhere and he can't read it properly. Probably from Sky Sports.
Is that Nicholas Jackson will go to Newcastle United as a replacement for Isak.
Tomorrow's chip paper, innit?
How to boil an egg.
Oh my God. What do you mean? Oh, stretching. Oh. What do you mean, how to boil an egg? You're not Delia fucking Smith. You put it in the water and you boil it, don't you? For a certain amount of time, depending on how you like it, hard or soft. And everyone always has to check. Is it 3 minutes or is it 7 minutes? Oh, I don't remember. It's a 2.5 minute video. 2.5 minutes. I'm going to need to take a Waz before we do it. What inspires it? Well, I'll tell you what inspired him. This is in the news, obviously, isn't it? This graphic. He hasn't got this graphic from nowhere.
Have any software?
How to boil an egg. Let me help you through the confusion. Soft, hard, simmer. Right, so this is how you do it. Bring some water to a full rolling boil. Gently lower in the eggs on a spoon. Keep boiling for 12 minutes and you'll get a hard-boiled egg. Remember that, 12 minutes, a dozen minutes gives you an hard-boiled egg. Plunge the eggs into an ice bath. Then you can peel them. If you're a person that doesn't want hard-boiled eggs that you can take to work or whatever, you might want a soft-boiled egg, which is a runny yolk for putting soldiers in. I quite like that, right? That's only 3 to 5 minutes. If you want a runny egg, 3 to 5 minutes. If you want a jammy one where it's slightly set but not fully, 6 to 7 minutes. Hard-boiled, 10 to 12. So you have 3 choices, right? A lot of you have lived all your life and you didn't know those basic facts about eggs, did you? Tell me how you like your eggs. So that's it then. I'll go through that again. So you get the eggs ready. Bring the water to a boil till it's rolling. And don't put them in before it's boiling, as you won't know how much time it is, right? That's another big mistake you use. Don't put the eggs in till it's boiling. You're scared.
What the fuck's he talking about? Why, if that was the it, if after you explained it, that was it, why would you carry on? It's TikTok. Okay, so that's the end of the TikTok. I'll do the TikTok again to fill some time. But you don't need to fill the time because it's TikTok. It's supposed to be short. And then, like, why wouldn't you get an egg? Like, Allan has not cooked an egg. I bet his wife watches this and thinks he couldn't cook a fucking egg. I got it right, didn't I? 3 minutes, 7 minutes. I don't want a hard-boiled egg. 3 minutes, 7 minutes. I don't eat eggs. I got that right? He's got the graphic of, like, on his phone, on the Daily Mail, there's like, you know, some button that's like, oh, do you know how to boil an egg? And he's like clickbaited himself. Got to click, oh, press that. That looks good. I'll screenshot that and use it to make a TikTok. And he does it on his phone. Like I said, I don't know why the last one he was videoing the thing like that, because TikTok has some sort of facility, doesn't it? This is why he's moving around like a little picture. It's doing it all, he's recording it on his phone. So he's got the picture on his phone. He said, this will be good. Put that there. And then, how to boil it, and he's reading it off the thing. He's probably not reading it off the phone. He's probably got it on a computer separately so he can read it, maybe. It's just the worst, laziest bit of content creation you've ever seen in your life. It's something that everybody does know how to do, and if you don't, you can just Google it in seconds. No one's going to find it on TikTok and think this is a good thing to watch. Welsh Pam's left a comment. If you want a nice hard-boiled eggs, you can put them in an electric steamer. It doesn't matter how long, really. It does matter how long. It does matter how long. If you want hard-boiled eggs, you can't put them in the electric steamer for 3 seconds. They won't be hard-boiled, will it? It does matter how long. I've put them in the steamer with potatoes and take them out when the potatoes are done. Well then, you mean you can overcook them? Then I submerge them in cold water and peel after 3 minutes in the cold water. You can air fry the eggs for 10 minutes on 170. Oven baked eggs. Or you can simmer in a saucepan of water for 10 minutes. That's what he just said. He's soft boils at 6 minutes in water and air fry for 7 minutes. She's putting cooking instructions for eggs in the comment. Like, these people just should have the internet taken off them. Go back to books. This is so stupid. What I can't get my head around is there's another minute and a half of this. Sorry, there's another full minute of this TikTok. So what's he going to talk about for the next minute? And why didn't he boil an actual egg? Why didn't he get his phone and his saucepan and boil an egg if he wanted to do a video about how to boil an egg? Like, I suppose when it's this low quality, when it's this lazy, it just, you can knock it off the wrist. Like, you know, this didn't take him more than 2 minutes, did it really? So that's why he didn't boil an egg. It's because he didn't have long enough. Because this TikTok was quicker than the actual boiling of a fucking egg.
Because it's boiling water. Gently put them in on a spoon. Keep boiling for 3 to 5 minutes if you want soldiers. If you want slightly set, yummy, 6 to 7. If you want hard boiled for salads or to take into work or for sandwiches.
Allan,
then
you've never worked anywhere. What do you mean to take into work? I used to turn up at the pub, didn't you? I mean, come on.
You need to do 10 to 12. I would say 12. It's very important
12?
that you
I wouldn't.
Plunge them into a bowl.
It's not very important that you plunge them into a bowl of cold water. It's not very important, that.
of cold water, that stops the yolk going green. You know, sometimes you think, well, why is the yolk green? Put it into cold water and you get a lovely yellow yolk. And that's how to boil an egg. Now, tell me the truth. Did you know this?
Yes, of course I fucking... Yes, of course I knew how to boil an egg. No, this is honestly his wife, right? You know, he said he wasn't doing the dishes to her standard. That's why she divorced him. That's the only thing he said publicly about the reason his wife, one of his wives, divorced him was because he wasn't doing the dishes to her standard. Like, I can understand that because he probably wasn't doing them at all. But not being able to, like, the reason he's asked, did you know that? Is because he probably saw this and thought, oh, this is handy. I didn't really know this. Imagine being my age and not knowing how to boil an egg. Mind you, probably everyone, that's why they put it in the paper. Like, everyone fucking knows how to boil an egg. Who's made this graphic? This is something that one of your parents should have taught you. Or at least the Google or the Delia Smith. And if it's not those, just nobody else needs to. We don't need to be working in print production, getting a degree in journalism in order to put out how to boil an egg. Let's end the confusion. It's just such tripe.
30, 40 years old and you didn't know how to boil an egg?
I did know.
Do you always go, how'd you boil an egg again?
No.
How many minutes is it again?
Yeah, no, everyone does that. Everyone's like, oh, I can't, I'm sure. Yeah, you sort of question yourself, don't you? But I said 3 minutes, 7 minutes. 3 would have been my soft, like runny. 7 minutes would have been, I don't want a hard boiled egg. I want that jammy yolk, don't I? I'm a chef. 3 and 7. I would have never boiled an egg in the kitchen for longer. Like at home, if you want hard boiled eggs, just after the 7, just leave it a bit. Let it go to 10. You know, it's not a difficult proposition, is it? Yes, I sort of deep down always knew it, but sometimes I would check on Google if I was making a batch of runny eggs for a big breakfast and I wanted to make sure everyone got a really perfect runny egg. I'd just check in the same way as if I'm baking a cake. To this day, I will still check the ingredients. To this day. And then throw it all out because I use applesauce or a banana. But, like, you know, come on.
What do I have to do? Now you know.
The busy kitchen at Vinny's Bar, as we saw from, shouts out Princey, as we saw from the Hotel Inspector, which we watched, he didn't go in the kitchen. In the kitchen, they didn't have a busy kitchen either because they just put fucking microwave meals in. But Allan thought of himself as some sort of front of house, meet and greet. Like, the reason he had a business like that is because he could play the big I am. And what that ended up being was locked in the office doing cocaine, watching women in the toilets on the secret CCTV.
Lady, tell me what you think about boiled eggs. I love boiled eggs.
Tell me what you think about boiled eggs.